What's up, everybody? Aspire with a Gun here from Sleepless Nights with another episode on the Crackpack server. When we left off in the last episode... oh yeah, I have to deal with that in a second. In the last episode, we kind of did like an update on what was going on, did some wither killing, made soul wings, and a bunch of other random crap. Adrian's out of town today, and I think Bass Player had plans or something, then he was worn out, so I'm on my own again for this episode. But you might have noticed, not that, yeah, not the creepy heartbeat or anything. You might have noticed all the sounds of these chickens. There's kind of a story to the... Okay, yeah, I forgot all this crap that was in my inventory. So there's kind of a story to this, and that is that I don't know what Adrian did, but the last time him and I were on Skype, he mentioned that he had over like 1,600 chicken eggs or something stupid. And I don't remember how he got them. He set something up to auto, and it just ran forever. And then the next time I logged in, I hear this. Right? So I'm running around, all over the place. I go down here into my aquarium and smeltery and tree farm area, all this stuff, which I don't know if I actually recorded this or not. I think I did. I have my massive aquarium tank here for all the mariculture crap that I want to get into. But I also finished off my tree farm with the exception of making them smaller. With these slabs, I haven't put all the slabs in place yet. And I was working on another area, but I'm not really sure what that's going to be yet. So, you notice the chicken sounds were gone down here, though. So I was like, okay, well, where did they go? So I could not figure out where they were. I figured Adrian left some chickens up on top of my roof or something and forgot to kill them or something. Then it dawned on me. I'm like, he is a prankster. So I started digging. I dug a hole, and some of you may remember, that should give you an idea where this is headed. Some of you may remember how I dug all this out and that there was this larger area in the back of my house. I don't know if he was aware of that or not, or if he went through a different way. He might have just gone straight through the floor. But I'm starting to get closer, and I'm like, okay, the sounds are getting louder. Sounds are getting louder. And then it dawned on me right about here, I'm like, he buried them. There's just gotta be like a billion of them under my house. Oh look! There's like a billion chickens down here. I'm gonna get hatched like crazy. Yeah. I don't even know, I haven't been down here. As soon as I saw it, I stopped killing them because I wanted to record it to show everybody how many was down here. Of course, I don't have any torches. Like the one time I need torches. I'm not entirely positive how many there are. Die! All the chickens! So, yeah. I've been pranked. Pranked by chickens. Henceforth, Adrian shall be known as the chicken prankster. I don't know, probably not. He probably won't go for that. So, yeah. Wait, do you guys hear that? Quiet. I hate chickens. They're useful in the game for stuff like arrows and feathers and all that kind of stuff, but like the game mechanics of them, I hate them. They're so loud and obnoxious and annoying. I really don't want any creepers spawning in this area either. So I'm just fill this in. Where's my cobble? That's good enough. So before he showed his prankster colors, well, actually, let me explain this too. Before. Some of you may have recalled... Wait, can I do this? This was something that hits... Sorry, this is just something that I remembered. Dang it. So, I might have a bit of an issue here. But that's in the computers mod, or open computers. I'm starting to get into that a little bit. Adrian told me what it was, and now I'm kind of like, oh, computers! Computers again! Yay! But it all kind of came to a halt with this recipe, the disc platter, because you can see it's like a gear shape with either the iron ore berries or iron nuggets. But because of how many mods we have in this pack, you may also notice that if I do nuggets, I get a tin can instead of the disc platter, which is not good. So more than likely, I'll probably just throw 4 of these into lava somewhere and just op myself and give myself whatever the disc platters are, because I don't really know how to change the recipes. I know there's different ways to do that, but I don't know. So some of you may have recalled that I had all my thumb stuff in this cube, right? No more. It's completely empty. And then I left a connection to the ME terminal and the spawner in here, because I'll probably turn this into some kind of spawning room, more than likely. But some of you might be wondering, where did your thumb stuff go? And your Ars Magic? Well, to be honest, this seems more mechanical to me. It's a compact machine, you need a shrinking device, it has power, and blah, blah, blah. Adrian showed me these, a Spectre key. I've renamed it, obviously, but they're so easy to make, too. So check this out. As opposed to the compact machines, which are crazy expensive to make. Well, I shouldn't say crazy. They don't all require a nether star or anything, but they're still pretty pricey. Spectre. So you can make Spectre stuff, I guess. I didn't really know about that. By taking ectoplasm and iron ingots. Ectoplasm you get. Oh, how did Adrian tell me you get them? You get it from like killing spirits. That if you kill enough things, eventually you'll get a little slime-looking thing that is like a spirit. So all a Spectre key is 1 iron, 1 ectoplasm, and a stick. That's all you have to do to make it, which is kind of crazy in the scheme of things. When you have it, excuse me, I'm getting my keys mixed up here. All you have to do is hold right-click. You'll see these particles, and loading. What is this? I don't know. Totally nothing here. It's not like I've been here before. What-ha! Yeah, I know, it was a little underwhelming, but sue me. So this is the Spectral Realm thing. Now, one thing to note, it is a little bit bigger. I think it's the equivalent to the Nether Star compact machines. Because if you do compact machines, I have this one, which is the world resizing cube surrounded by diamonds. There is one surrounded by Nether Star that makes it bigger. It's the maximum size, and this one's just giant. So I think the Spectre key is about the same as a maximum size compact cube, and I think it's like 15? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14. I think the cube is like 11 that I have or something. The bigger one is probably 14 by 14. So it gave us a little bit more room. But it just felt more magical to me, right? It's not like a machine. You don't need a shrinking device. It's like, oh, you take ectoplasm from ghosts and you wrap it around an iron bar and it makes an iron or a Spectre key that allows you into another dimension. You know, it felt very magic, what's the word? Magic appropriate, I guess. Adrian's got his over there. That is one weird thing, is you can kind of see each other's worlds. BassplayaKG is over here. All he had was paintings at the moment. The other cool thing, you only need this key. You don't need a cube and a shrinking device and blah, blah, blah. You can just carry the key around with you. And we also soulbound it. So if I die, I'll always have it, which is kind of awesome. Now, it is important to note, Adrian had a glitch, like a big glitch the other day, where everything on him that was soulbound, I think, like, disappeared. Just gone. His Spectre key, his sword, he soulbound his adjustable bag, so anything in his adjustable bag was like gone. It wiped a lot of his stuff. I ended up opping him and just telling him that he could portal back in whatever, because it wasn't anything we did or, you know, trying to do something and glitched it. It just, he logged in one day and it was all gone. So that kind of sucked. And half of it, though, isn't actually the building process. Most of the annoyance to that is the amount of materials and time it takes to craft them. So, you know, just being able to spawn stuff back in is kind of the only solution, because I thought we had a backup on our server. Apparently we do not. Or we did not. We do now. I've started it to schedule a backup now, so if that ever happened again, we could just roll it back. But he's kind of out his stuff, so I just told him to spawn it back, whatever. One other note with these keys is when you first warp into the world, switch your slot from the key. Like, if this is selected, just hit 1 or something and select another thing, because if you leave the key selected right when you jump in, sometimes there's a glitch where you'll warp back out almost immediately. So keep that in mind. But yeah, this is where I've been doing all of my R's, and apparently I'm missing a lever. That's what I was looking in the chest for, because I was wondering if I put it in there or not. I guess not. I don't know. I'm missing a lever. Anyways, so this is where I was doing my R's stuff, Thaumcraft, Blood Magic, so on and so forth. All my magics. For Thaum, it's actually changed quite a bit. You don't actually need, like, paper and notes, and this doesn't use up scribing ink anymore. You just need to make sure you have all these aspects researched, which Adrian likes to call me a cheater. All I did was I looked them up on the wiki. That's all I did. It was just so I didn't end up wasting a bunch of these rare aspects trying to find out stuff that I already had in the previous Crack Pack version, so sue me. I don't feel like that's cheating, because I still have to get everything. It's not like I clipped in all of the items or whatever. Still had to use items and whatever to get all the aspects. But once you have all the aspects researched, then you have to have the amount that it takes. Let me find something that I haven't researched yet. So like this. It will require 9 of the magic wand, 6 of the shovel and pick, 6 of the hammer, and 6 of the tree. If you don't have it, it's like that. You don't have the required aspects to purchase it, so I can click on it, nothing happens. However, right from the Thaumonomicon, if I have what I need, I can just click on these and all of a sudden they're researched. It's not like the way it was before, where you had to have a scribing tool and paper, and then it made notes, and then you had to do all the connections, and blah, 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 blah. So in that regard, it's quite streamlined. And there's also some new stuff. There's like these harnessing viz, node stabilizers, you know, some new stuff, which is pretty interesting that I've been working towards. Let's see, this stuff, Liquid Death, weird. Tried it once, it was very strange. Purifying bath salts, that's new. I don't know where I got that from. Not much has changed about the Essentia distillation, except for the crystallization. There is a crystallizer thing. The Essentia crystallizer draws in liquid Essentia from a pipe network and slowly converts it into small shards. I don't know if there's a way to melt them back down. There probably is, I would imagine. But that seems interesting as far as a way to possibly automate some of the crystallization stuff for Thaum. I haven't set everything up yet, and I was working on getting a arcane infusion altar set up. I figured that would be cool because if it explodes and has a bunch of viz whatever going on, or flux, it wouldn't bother anything stuck in this world. So, and while I was working on that, Adrian introduced me to open computers, which is something that I'll probably be working on in tandem with Crackpacks, or not Crackpack, with Thaumcraft type of thing. And I'm still working on ours, but ours is going a bit slower because you have to level up to unlock new things, and by leveling you have to use things, and I don't have a mining spell. That's probably my next step, because I want to just be able to mine stuff and get XP and then put it all back, kind of thing. Just kind of farm XP that way. So open computers. This is kind of an interesting mod. I'm not sure where I'm going to put it yet. So tell you what, let me pause it for a few. I'm going to work on building some stuff that I was in the middle of before I found out about my prank. And then we'll see what else we can get done before we get closer to running out of time for this episode. Okay, so I think this episode is going to end up shifting more towards the Thaumcraft one, mostly because I ran out of diamonds. What? I didn't say anything. Yeah, I ran out of diamonds because I figured with computers I was going to want to go big, so I kind of started with everything being tier 3. So far I've made a tier 3 hard drive, a tier 3.5 memory chip, a tier 3 CPU, and I ran out of diamonds before I could get to the GPU. I made the floppy disk, which has OpenOS on it. I made a monitor, a hard drive case, and a keyboard. And if my memory serves, the tier 3 screens, from what I saw, is like you could click on them, but if you have a keyboard attached, you'll get this like GUI type thing, which is cool. And you can hear it. What? Yep, that's right, it boots up. It is connected to my power source here, I think. Pretty sure. Yeah, it's set to output. So it powers on and everything, but there's no way for the screen to load the OS that you're actually dealing with because I don't have a graphics card, and I think the minimum is at 2, and it was a lot of gold, and I figured, I don't want to waste all the gold. There is... I think I need 12 more diamonds to make a tier 3 GPU. I may at some point if I run into a lot of gold. I don't actually have that much gold, but if I ran into a bunch, I would end up doing more like tier 2 stuff just to get it implemented. Where am I? See, that's kind of what I meant before, is sometimes the spectral world can get a little bit on the glitchier side. So let's try that again. But I think I'm going to delve a bit more into Thaum at the moment. I thought about doing... Oh, geez. I hate that. That probably is my fault for putting down the floor. I thought about doing more mariculture. Wow. I can't say it. Mariculture. Bleh. For some reason I was saying America. But it's just, there's a lot of time-consuming stuff. Like, I've just got to fish, or use an auto-fisher, and stuff like that. It's just not that fun. And I'd like to get some of this more advanced stuff, because Thaumcraft has added so much crap. For example, let me see, how do you make this trap one? It's Quicksilver and Perdido. Do I have... I have a decent amount of those. Okay, I just needed one to make 3. So, like, there's this Thaumic Esoterica, I guess? Esoterica. That requires 4. That's 6. Oh, my bad. So, disarming, I'm guessing, would, well, disarm your opponent. Let's find out. See, like that, you don't need anything else. You can just click on this, as long as you have all the aspects figured out. You formulated an enchantment that has slight chance of knocking a weapon from a creature's hand. This enchantment can be applied to swords. When done so, struck creatures have a chance of dropping the weapon they are holding. This disarming effect does not work on other players. This enchantment has better chance of success if it is a higher level. Now, the interesting part here, some of you may remember this from my previous delve into Thaumcraft on the last map, is it says you need an infusion altar with an iron sword or whatever weapon, slime ball, and Salus Mundus. Which, do I even know how to do that? Balance shard, whatever. Anyways, so it looks more complicated, but we do still have Thaumic Tinkering, which I've already managed to acquire the Osmotic Enchanter. I think that's how what it's called. So I need to work on this. So new contraption requires a wand. Each enchantment requires a specific combination of viz from that one. The price of the enchantment is exponentially proportional to the level you want to apply, yada, 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 yada. Essentially, once you make this, which I'm going to need an infusion altar, it looks like anyway. Once you make this, then you're basically going to be able to enchant anything that's enchantable with your viz from your wand, which apparently is not in this world. Oh, there it is. And I'm currently at a great wood with a gold cap wand, so I have 50 viz in each thing. Actually, no, that's a good spot for it. So eventually I'll get to the what is the what is this one? Silverwood. That's like the top tier, I think. You need one of each shard in an infusion altar, silverwood logs, all this crap. So the next step is an infusion altar, which I've got some of the stuff. Where did they go? Oh, crap. I had it. I had no idea. Oh, I must have thrown them in my ME system. I have a couple of the altar pieces and, you know, stuff like that. So basically, I'm going around trying to get some enchantments done. Oh, I can make thaumium wand caps now. Sweet. So this one is hard for me to get. It's air and the whatever this is called, presentadio, or magic as I call it. The aura is, I'm just going to start calling them by their elements. Alien, aura, air, magic. That's just easier. Undead, motion. Anyways, so apparently I've held off on doing stuff long enough that I'm getting some of these built back up, which is great, because it allows me to build these up and then I can, you know, do stuff like that. So now I have silverwood and thaumium wand caps. So that's my next step, is to make... Well, no, my next step is to make an infusion altar, because everything keeps pointing towards it. So yeah, I've got to do all this crap. I think... How do I make... I might have already done this. I don't know. I don't think so. And it's arcane stone, which is... that's not hard to do. Stone... And then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is the most optimum, with like a pedestal every other spot, I think. But my biggest interest is in Eker, which I forget how to actually do. I'm going to go ahead and... I need feather. How do I get feather? Flight. How do I get flight? It's motion and air. Okay. I don't remember how many I needed. Ah, 6. There we go. Thumb static girdle. Okay, that's the harness. I'm trying to unlock all of the clothing. All the clothing ones so that eventually I can get to Eker. But I think that's under thaumic tinkering. So I need to focus on some of this stuff. Like... Actually, and there's this stuff, infused crops, which seems interesting. You can make, these crops, which apparently make this grain. I thought originally they would make shards, but I guess they make this grain. And then when you put these with the grain, these elements in the grain, into a crucible, it makes potions. Now the interesting part is they say stuff. So like, earth-infused potion summons barrier between mobs, fire, traps enemies in a sphere of fire, which is awesome. Air-infused potions sends your enemies up in the air. Water-infused potions chill surrounding lava. Ooh. Intriguing. So I'm kind of curious about that. Now I did already set up the I haven't set it up, but I have the alchemical whatever it's called, alembic. I always get this wrong. Automated alchemy. Yeah, I have this set up. I just haven't redone it. I built it, but I just haven't replaced it. So I'm gonna put the infusion altar here. I'll probably put the distiller over here and the automated alchemist. They're such wordy things. The automated alchemy system I'll put over here. The distiller I'll put over here. And then that way, the cool part with this is if we put all of our jars here, and we get it to where all of them are full around different areas, then when I go to do something in the Infusion Altar, if there's so many spaces away, it'll just pull from them. I shouldn't have to do anything to it. Actually, let me find out... Where is it? Infusing crafting, you could, for example, infuse a stone with air, viz, and a feather, and it would result in a very light stone. As is usually to even get started. That's the matrix thing. That's all setting it up. Infusion crafting is not without risk. Oh, here we go. During the first stage of crafting, essentia will be drained from nearby sources. Crafting will stall if there is insufficient essentia available, something that you do not want, as will be explained on the following pages. Once all required essentia has been infused into the target object, the other objects will have their essential essence drained. Only when this is done will the crafting be complete. The longer crafting continues due to the unresolved lack of viz or dropped items, the greater the chance of something bad happening. These effects can be reduced by various means. Firstly, you wish to keep the entire fusion structure as symmetrical as possible. Take careful note to where you're placing pedestals. Make sure they're balanced, yada yada yada. So it doesn't tell me how far away it can draw from, but I'm pretty sure it'll work from this far away. I mean, that's only if this is the pedestal, or if the matrix is in the center. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's only like 6 blocks from the outlying edge, so it should be able to. And even if it can't, you could pop it really quick and throw it in there. So I'm hoping that this will turn into a infusion altar area, and then maybe have the distillation process over here, and then maybe put the... I know it's a little bit cramped, but I'm also thinking of putting the osmotic enhancer in here as well, keeping all my magic stuff in one spot is kind of the hope. So anyways, I think we're going to wrap this episode up. In the meantime, I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, and I will see you all next time. Peace!